Welcome back to the workbench where we're still working on the Metal Earth P-51D Mustang. I'm chuckling about it. If you've watched the previous episodes, you know why. Let me do my due diligence. If you haven't seen the previous episodes, there is a playlist available. Go check those out. But let's get back to work on this nightmare. Here's where we're at so far. We've got a fuselage. We've got a cockpit in there. It's probably very hard to see. The little bitty cockpit in there, I think we counted up, actually has 12 tiny metal pieces that we bent up and put together in there. We got the tail finished at the end of last episode. Now, I have to come clean a little bit. As I was trying to do the tabs on this tail, it kept bending the tail pieces until they broke off. And so at that point, what I did is I actually put the tabs on the two tail pieces here. And then put the tail piece on, the upright part of the tail. I put it on with a little CA glue. It was the only option I had. I know that's probably cheating with these models, but it doesn't have its own tabs to connect, so I had to do that. Anyways, I just wanted to come clean and let you guys know that. But here we are so far. Now we're actually going to be moving on to, let me move this over. We're going to be moving on to the wing sections. There we go. Let's get it centered up there. And just like before, I went ahead and started clipping the pieces in between episodes so we don't have to spend time doing that. Let's see. This is actually 23. So I need part number 21, which is not this one. This one is 21, it looks like. Yep. This is 21. So we'll start with this. It looks like all we really need to do is give it a bit of a round over. And I think if you go back to episode 1, I had cut a piece of PVC because I wanted to just get a bunch of all the parts on this have to be rounded over. So I wanted a bunch of different size diameters. I think this might actually come into work for our wing sections. Let me try using this. It looks like this is our center line here for our wing section. I'm going to use that to just a little bit. I don't know how much we're really supposed to round this over. I guess, I can tell. If we go back to the fuselage, what's it going to take to get these little pegs to line up? Yeah, it's not much. Actually, that's dead on right there. That's pretty much it right there. So just that little bit of round over. Let me get the end of the wing a little better. Just round it over just a little bit over this round PVC pipe. I think that worked pretty well. We also need to bend this little tab here over 90 degrees. And I've been using the edge of my little box here as kind of a press brake. You can line up the little perforated line they want you to bend on. And then if I use the butt end of the tweezers, probably get it folded over a good 90 degrees because that's what I believe it's supposed to go. Probably should have done this first. I think on the second one, we'll do this actually first before we round it over. It's so small. It's hard to it is hard to make happen sometimes. Let's see if I hold it and then pull like that. That's okay. I think that's going to work. Let's move all this stuff out of the way because then the last thing it looks like we need to do, we've got are these rudders or what? Not rudders. That's on a boat. Ailerons. Well, we've got these flaps that are on the back of the wings. I guess that's what we're going to call them. That needs to be folded over in half too. That might fold. Yeah, I think I'm about to say it has that perforated line. It'll probably fold on its own. I can just fold it all the way over. Yep, just like that. And you got to be careful. If you fold these pieces too many times, like what happened with my tail piece, it will break off. So anyways, that's what we've got for that. I think we're in a good shape there for 21. Now we got to bring in part number 22. And again, so I don't lose the pieces that we're working with here, I have been using the monkey head cup to hold our pieces. Anybody that's familiar with this channel knows anything this size, I will lose very quickly. Okay, so, which one is which? Because they're the same, but then there's a, okay, that's going to match. That's the back side. So I think this is 22. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. I hope so. Let's see. Can I put it back until? No, I can't. Okay. That's kind of a problem, but I'm pretty sure this is 22 because you can see the top side should be solid silver. The back side, if I can even flip it over, has engraved lines in it that seem to match this side of the wing. Usually it shows you which side is engraved and which side isn't. But they do just show, what are we doing? I don't even know what this is. Oh, I see. It's going to make that arc. So that's, you know what? I can look at this. Yeah, I don't think it has, yeah, I think the engraved side down. I believe so. This is the right piece. We need to give this kind of that same arc, and I'm just going to use my fingers because I think we can just match it once we place it in. They're showing just kind of give it a bit of an arc. We need to bend the tabs down, which I'll just do with the needle nose. It shows bending them at a 90. And so I try to grab it right on the edge and then bend it over like so. There we go. And then this is going to fit in. We're going to bring it, the blue dots here. Hopefully you guys can see the blue dot. That means insert the tab and then bend it 90 degrees. It's hard to even see the little slots they go in. But they're right. There's one right. I didn't get this tab bent very well. Let me bend this front tab a little better. I'm going to straighten it back out. I bent it a little. I'm short of where it needs to actually bend at, which is right here. There we go. Let me see if that'll, can we get that to bend a little better? There we go. Okay, now let's try placing this in. I'm going to give it a little bit of curve. My fingers do not work well with these pieces. So I'm going to start with the back tab, front tab. Come on. Really? How are we missing? What's going on here? So you got to take a close look. The back tab went in without too much of a hitch there. What's going on in the back, or in the front, I should say? I think we're just bent a little bit. It should kind of stick up. There we go. Now, what I think I'm going to do, I'm going to go ahead and fold these over, and then this piece should actually kind of pop up just a little bit. It's going to give that transition from the wing. Make sure you can see it from the wing to the fuselage is what this piece really does. But I'm going to go ahead and fold these tabs over so it stays in place. These tabs are quite small for this piece. There we go. It can be a little difficult to get these to fold sometimes. Oops. Because, yeah, just like that, I started to bend the wing itself. You have to be a little bit careful. And then now I can probably... Well, that worked wonderfully. That didn't hold at all. Okay, let's try again. Which way did I fold those tabs? Oh, I need to fold the tabs. I did fold them that way, I thought. I need to fold them that way. Like back onto themselves. Actually, I did fold them backwards. Okay, or the wrong way. Please don't break tabs. Yeah, we need to make sure that these tabs, they kind of do need to fold back on themselves. So if you fold them that way, it's just going to slide right out, which is the mistake I just made. So let's get them to fold back this way. There we go. Use the butt end of it to give it a nice tight fit. That seemed to work. And then let's see if we can get this one back the other way, back towards over itself. There we go. Now, why does it pop right out? It feels like it's getting, it looks and feels like it's being bent in place. Like, oh, I see. It's not flush though. Okay. Okay. All right, tab. I got you. Here we go. Let's go. Okay. That looks, I have a feeling it's bending back when I try to. Wow, this is way off. I'm starting to wonder if I have the wrong piece here. Wow, we're just starting off on a good foot, aren't we? I wonder if it is supposed to be this. If it is supposed to be the engraved side. Otherwise, why would they engrave it, I guess? Let me pull this back out. Let's try with the other piece. Now this is the problem with pre-clipping. I pre-clipped. I mean, it happens sometimes. You know, it does. You pre-clip every now and then. And I had to pre-clip for the video, or at least I thought I did, to help try to make it go quicker. And I think I've kind of goofed myself because now I don't know which piece is which. And I think this is probably. Now, of course, I can't. Now I've got it so well that it won't come out. Let me lay this flat on the ground. Where's the X-Acto? That'll get up under there. Fold that back over. Okay, there we go. Now let's see if is it supposed to be straight? It doesn't seem like that's right to me, but I think that's actually gonna be the case. So let's go ahead and fold these tabs over. Otherwise, I guess why would they even? Of course, the back side of the wing is. I really don't know. Oh, I should have paid attention to this as to which piece is which. I really don't think it's supposed to have. I really don't think it's supposed to have a engraving. I wouldn't think so. I mean, my knowledge of P-51s, is it just that this has gotten bent out of shape a little bit? Is that the problem? Let me try looking at this one more time. I think it's just bent out of shape. Let's try again with the original piece, but try to get it back into shape. Yeah, see, I think that's just not where it's supposed to be. Like this here. There we go. I think just all the manipulation, we really did bend it out of shape. Let me put that, because I don't feel like that. That engraving looks funny to me. I don't think that would look right. I think we're going to work with this piece. I really do. I just feel like it's correct. Get that pushed down nice and tight. Because then what's going to happen is this is actually going to fold up just a little bit off of the wing. I'm just going to use the X-Acto to put a little bit of gap. I'm going to put a little bit of gap between it and the wing, and then also not put a hole in my finger. I think that's how that's going to go. Let me just kind of place it here. We're not at this point yet, but yeah, I think that's going to be right. That's right. Okay, I think we had it right. I think my first intuition was correct. I think we've got that right. That is the correct piece. You want the non-engraved piece here, which is now kind of out of shape on me a little bit because of all the squeezing and manipulation. I can probably get it back a little bit with the X-Acto. I think that'll be all right like that. I mean, it's close enough for a game of horseshoes, I would say. Yeah, let's use that one, and then let's move on to part 23. How that's enormous. How to lose it. Here it is. Okay, part 23, which basically we have to do the same thing. I think I'm going to bend this guy down first before. That's not. Is that the right? No, this guy. Bend this guy down first before we put the little bit of curve into the wing. Yeah, that's much easier when the pieces sit nice and flat. So order of operations a lot of times does make things easier. Now I'll take the little PVC pipe and just give it that same. I'm gonna get on that center line. Give it just the same little bit of curve as the other wing. And then we can always bring the fuselage over and just kind of line up the tabs and make sure that's pretty darn close. Yep, real close. And then let's fold over our rudder here, or whatever this thing, or flap. Okay, and then now we're going to assume, which I've now bent these tabs the wrong direction, so I'll fold them the other way hopefully without breaking them off. Again, you fold this stuff too much and you'll literally break it. Okay, like that. And it's going to go in this direction. Let's go front tab, back. Get that back tab in there. Come on. Let me go back tab. That one could be, yeah, I think it's this back tab needs to be bent just a little bit better. Yeah. Try to keep the arc in it too. Keep this one in a little bit better shape than the other one. We've had practice on one. This should go easier. Should. Yeah, let me put the front tab just falls right in place. It just falls right in. This back one is not wanting to go in for me. I think it's not bent far enough over. There, is that going to work better? And let me try placing the back tab in first. And then we'll go, well, I swear this is going to be the death of me. It really is. This is, right now I'm watching viewership go down, 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 down as I struggle to put these tabs in. I don't know why this back one is giving me so much trouble. I'm trying to put the back one in first, which I can't even get in. Can't even get it in on its own. Let's reassess. The tab looks like it's okay. Why is it giving me such issues? Is something wrong with the little slot that it needs to go in? Oh, wait, I think I just got it. Maybe. Thought I felt it. No. The front one just pops right in, no problem. I know you guys probably can't see. This little slot here is really giving me issues. I have a feeling maybe there's just a little bit of a burr or something in there. Let me see if I can get the knife in. It's so small, it's hard to really even tell to see if what's going on exactly. I just don't understand why the front one just pops right in and the back one not even attempting. You know what I think I'm going to do? Let me pull this back straight, this tab. I'm going to put it straight in, bend it over. If that makes sense. I think that might be a... See, this thing doesn't want to go in here. I wonder if there's something on my tab. Not a sentence you say every day. Get in there. Okay, so now it's in. It's in. Okay. And now let's see if I can get it. Let me bend it over like so. I just squished it flat over. Now the front one's in. Okay. Yeah, that was the answer. So I just put it in straight and then bent it over. And now I've got to bend it all the way over. So let's start with, I'm going to start by trying to bend over this, this back one so we don't lose it. It's wanting to bend the wrong way. If I can, let's see. This tab is quite the problem here. Can I grab it? There, I think that got it. It's amazing how tough these little things can be when they're this small. They can actually be a little bit hard to bend, to move, to manipulate. There, I think that finally got it. Okay, let's get the front one. And the front one just, right, like nothing. It's weird. Okay, so let's kind of do the same as we did with the other. Let's because we've kind of smushed it down a little bit here. Let's bring back some of that gap we're supposed to have in here. Okay, yeah, I think that's going to give us what we want. Okay. 20 minutes later. 20 minutes. I'm looking at my timer right here. 20 minutes and we have, what is it? 4 pieces assembled. Okay. And then now it does show us putting them, let me make sure you guys can see, actually assembling the wings onto, or attaching the wings onto the fuselage. And we're going to place them in these green arrows, or green triangles, I should say, indicate that the tab's going to go in, and then we're going to twist them. That's going to be, I guess we'll be able to get in there to them. Okay, so this wing is this one. So now, this is where it might get a little tricky because we got to get the, well, it went right in, never mind. I was afraid it'd be a little bit tricky because they're on a curve. You know, we made that curve, and you got to get them to actually fit just right or perfectly, but that went well. Okay, so I'm going to reach in here. I've switched to using these bigger needle nose because they're just better. I really need to run down to the old Hobo Freight and get a better pair of small needle nose, but I just haven't yet. And then the last tab is right here. This one's gonna be hard because the fuselage is in the way, or not the fuselage, but the cabin. What do you call it? The cockpit. There we go. There. Okay. Well, that was the easiest thing we've done so far. Okay, let's do it again. Let's hope it works out. And you can see now, actually, let me show you that piece we put on here. I can probably, there we go. It gives that little bit of angle. I don't know, that little bit of, it's almost like the, you could say the caulking between the wing and the fuselage. So now let's do this other one, and hopefully it goes just as easily. Where are the holes? There they are. That one, that one. Let's see, there's one there. Yep, there we go. Yeah, that PVC actually worked out perfect. Made easy work of getting the angle on, or the curve, the right arch, the right diameter, I guess you'd say. Okay, there's that one. Let's see. That one. When I twist these, I try very lightly to give a little pull while I twist. Sometimes it's hard to do, but just to try my best to pull the part a little tighter, snugger. Nope, missed it. The back one's the hardest one. It was hard on the other side too to get a hold of. Again, because the cockpit's in the way. And I've got these bigger needle nose. There we go. I think that got it. Okay, good. All right. It's actually kind of starting to look like an airplane. Okay. And now we got to do some stuff down here. What am I doing? It looks like we're going to do some. Let me set the fuselage aside. We definitely need this piece here. Let me see something real quick. Oh, we're going to go to page 2. Because I thought this was supposed to have the landing gear down, but are we going to, is there two different ways to do this? This is what I want to see. I'd like to have the landing gear down, because we're making, oh, I see. Okay. So what we're going to do, is build some mass, a cup. I guess it'll go on the back of the landing gear door, and then we'll fold open the door. I just want to make sure, because I saw somewhere that there's an option to build this. I mean, I guess literally you could skip all these steps and just leave the landing gear up. That would be kind of an easy way to go. Just leave all this closed and not, skip all the landing gear steps. But I think we want to build this to the fullest. We want as much paint in our life as possible. So let's go ahead and do this here. So we need B26 and B27, which I think, yeah, I did. I've clipped those already. We can see which one is, this is 27. You probably can't see what I'm doing here. Down here. So I'm matching them up down here on the bottom of the sheet. That's 27. And this is going to be, I would imagine this is 26. And now we've got a bunch of these tiny, let me pull this up further. You can see just these tiny edges that we have to break over. What is the easiest way to do this? I think what I had been doing is the ones with the tabs, I've been actually folding over, using this again to fold over these on the edge of this, just to make sure I know we get a good 90-degree bend. It's because that's what's, going to align these tabs. We want to make sure they're on good alignment. And again, what I'm doing, maybe let me go this side so you can see. There's perforation here. Hopefully you can see the perforation. I'm lining up that perforated line. This one does fold over also, right? They all, looks like all 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 sides. Is that what there is? Oh my goodness. Looks like all these sides need to fold over. Now I'm doing this kind of backwards for me. I don't know why I feel easier holding with my right hand. There we go. Okay, so that's at least got the tabs. We know they should be a good 90-degree and good alignment. I guess I'll try using, there's 1, 2, 3. So hopefully you guys can see this. This is one that needs folded over. This needs folded over. This needs folded over. So there's 5 more. They're just so tiny. It's ridiculous. So I'm going to try to grab it just on that edge. You know what? If I just break it over like so, then I can probably come in here. There we go. You actually literally felt it pop into the edge of this other, the one that I've already bent over. Now we got this little bitty guy. Just start to break it over. Because they do have those perforated lines, which makes it want to fold in that location. Over it goes. Yeah, okay, this is working. I think we got a bit of a technique here. Like that. And then fold it. Let me look at it. Yeah, I think that's okay. Actually, this one that we did here could be, the edge didn't really get bent well enough. This edge here, I'm just using the back end of the tweezers. It's not an official tool, but it works. And then we've got 2 bends here we've got to do. Yeah, you could really skip a lot of work with this if you just chose to not put the landing gear down. You wouldn't have to do any of this. Okay. And, whoa, it might have gone too far. I think it's all right. I can pop it back a little bit with my fingernail. Okay. So now we want, obviously, to turn this. Why does that say N? This says NE. I have not come up to that yet. So let me go back to our legend. Oh, non-engraved silver side. All right, we've seen the engraved side. Okay, so we want the non-engraved silver side up, which I could assume that much, because these are going to go on the inside here. This one goes to this guy, and we should be able to just kind of line it up, I would think. We're going to put it in. We got blue dots, so we're going to put these tabs in and then fold them over 90. Which way does it go? It has to. Well, this is the flat side, so it has to go this way. Like that. Okay, and then I want to fold them. Yeah, I think I'm going to fold them both towards the inside here. The tabs, that is. I'm going to try to. There we go. Get them nice and flat. Oh, that one folded the other way. Oh, well, whatever. Oh, no, it didn't. It folded. No, wait, which way is that? Oh, wait, I missed. I did this before. So these tabs, or I should say the slots that the tabs go in are so close to the edge of the piece that sometimes the tab ends up going on the outside of the piece. I hope that makes sense. Instead of in the actual tab hole, I guess we'll call it. And it looked like it was, okay, so yeah, let me push this over some. It's not wanting to get over there. I don't want to break. Now, here's what can easily happen. Easily happen. This is what happened with the tailpiece. See how I'm manipulating this guy here and it's starting to fold out on me? Which we're going to fold it out to let the landing gear out. What I don't want to do is start folding that back where it was, and then it folds back and folds back because it'll just fall right off. I'm going to tell you right now, I'm going to lose that piece, and that I don't want to happen. So I'm going to leave it right where it's at as I try to do this. It fits better wrapping around the outside than where the tab is. Man, I know I'm going to lose. I'm really afraid of losing this landing gear door over manipulating this part of it. Oh, actually, this is going to fold that way, so I do have to fold it back. Yeah. Okay, how close are we to? I can't even see. I tell you what I'm going to have to do. Gosh dang. I don't want to. I'm going to hold that still, the Bombay door. I'm going to pull this back out if I can. Bombay door. It's not Bombay door. The landing gear door. It's not wanting to come out. What's happened is now that my tab is kind of bent, it's curved. So I'm going to use these to straighten them out. I'm going to try to use the needle nose to straighten out that tab a little bit. What I wanted to do is pull this. There we go. Now let me place that tab in first. So I got it back out. Place this tab in first, which is not, because it's got that curve in it. I don't know if you guys can see, it's literally curved instead of straight. Let me see if I can. I figured I could just kind of squish it back straight. And it's which one was I going in? This one. And this, there we go. It just went through the correct slot. This does not fit. I guess I need to just bend that over more. Let me bend this one over more like that. Let me bend this one back. Yeah, it's not wanting the tabs are wider than the slots is the trouble I'm having right now. And let's make sure we have it the right way. But again, just take your time, or at least, this is what I'm trying to do, is just take my time with it. Think about what I have to do to manipulate this metal to get it to work. There it went. And it poked the heck out of my finger when it went through. But that's okay. I don't care as long as it's done. What I'm going to do is hold it flat on the table. Yeah, that really pushed those tabs through. Fold them in on themselves like this way. There we go. Okay. Yeah, and then I'm so scared of these doors breaking off because see, they're perforated also. And so it wouldn't take much to just wiggle them off like we wiggle the pieces off of the plates they come on. Okay, so let's do the next one. Let's set that aside. We just got to fold this guy. You know what? And I think they're so small. I'm just going to do it like we were doing it with the pliers, including the tab sides, because I can see. Hopefully you guys can see too. I can see when it reaches 90 degrees. In fact, I've gone a little over, which might not be a bad thing. I don't know. Let's do the same thing with the long flat side. And I've bent. I grabbed too deep. Maybe put it back. I grabbed too deep past the perforation with the needle nose, trying to get it right on that edge. It bent the piece itself a little bit, or rounded it off at least. Okay. Let's, we got this guy here. Gonna just fold it in, and we're just kind of building out a bit of body, a bit of thickness to that landing gear door is all we're doing here. Get that one, okay. Now this is the one with the there's three small bends to make. And this is the best method I've found so far. If you've got a better method on how to do these, please, I'm all ears. I definitely am not the expert. I have no idea what I'm doing here. I'm just making it up as I go. I've literally not ever made one of these. I have no idea what the actual, I'm sure there's techniques and whatnot to the guys and gals who build these regularly. I'm sure there's like techniques to it that I have no idea. So if you do know, please let me know. I have no problem with being told what to do down in the comment section. Let's see now. Let's see if we can get these tabs to line up a little easier without going on the outside. I think just paying attention to what you're doing helps a huge amount. This tab needs to come in just a little bit if I can. There it went. Let's hold it flat like we did last time, because that worked well. Flat on the table. Make sure you guys can, again, see what I'm doing. And then bend them over like so. And I think we have success. Okay. So that was that step. That was that step. I think we just ended our first page of instructions. So I'm going to keep this here because we need, this page has our legend. So I'm going to keep that over here to the side. We'll pull out our next page of instructions, which, where do we start on this? Here, it looks like. Let me lay it out so we can see what we're doing. Okay, so we're here. So now we need to build out essentially the other side of the landing gear doors. So these I have not clipped yet. So we're going to have to do that. This is we already need the legend. Let me bring the legend back over here. We need, what did I say? A28. A28. This is A28. It's pointing. Now it's pointing right there. Oh my God, these are tiny. Where's my clippers? In fact, you know what? I don't even think I need the clippers. Let me just fold. Yep. But again, see how I can just fold this off? Well, that's what can happen to your parts if you fold too much back and forth. So you have to be careful. Let me set that one there because that's A28. Set it there with the instruction. And we're also, I'm assuming, going to have the opposite side, which is A29. And A29... It is A20. Oh, it's B29. I'm sorry. So B29, we go over to this sheet here. Let's get ourselves oriented correctly. Is that? Yes, B29. Where's B29? Why am I not seeing 29? Oh, there it is. 29 right there. Here. Okay, so I'm just going to fold or, wiggle it back and forth. See, it just took a couple and that piece came right off. Same thing. You got to be real careful. All right, so now we're going to do the same thing. We're just going to make these folds. I think we should have time to hopefully get these done. That'll have the bottom of the wing pretty well done, and then we're going to probably run out of time, but I'm going to keep an eye on the timer. Okay, let's see. Yeah, this is not easy. What I do with... There they are. Let me use the full flat side of it like this, like that, and then let me grab the wrong pair of needle nose there. Those are the ones that the jaws on them just are not aligning anymore, so that they just don't work very well. Very old, those needle nose pliers. I've had those, I think, probably, I would say minimum 20 years. So I do believe I got my money's worth out of them. Maybe time to trade them in. Okay, let's see. I want to look. This side could be, well, let's see. This side here could be bent in a little bit more. Try to just look at what really is important are these tabs kind of 90 degrees, because that's where our alignment's going to come. Okay, so this one goes on this side, and it looks like it's just the same procedure. We're going to place it through, put the tabs in, bend them over 90 degrees. I think I'm going to try to do it exactly the same way I just did the last two. Hopefully, it's nice when these tabs just kind of fall in place. Oh, this is not, did I grab the wrong one? Because this is not the right, this one is going to go on this side. I think I grabbed the wrong, how did that work? Oh, you know what? You know what I did? I folded them over the wrong direction. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. I can just put this one on this side. There's no engraving or painting or whatever. Basically, I folded my tabs over the wrong direction, but we'll just put, oh, I lost it. I had it in there. We'll just put them on opposite sides of each, the other side. It'll be just fine. Famous last words. Give it back. Give it. Thank you. Okay, you went in. There we go. Now, if I can get that to just sit. I don't know how to get it down there. Yeah, there we go. Okay, let's fold these over in ways towards themselves. It's one. Oh, that one goes this way. Let me fold it over towards the back of the wing like so. There we go. Okay, that's got that done. And now let's do this one. Now, it is important which way we fold these. This one, the tab has to go. So basically, if you can see, there's a tab on this side. There's a tab on this long, straight side. Well, let's put it this way. There's tabs on the 90-degree sides. So this side, this side. So I got to make sure I fold this one down that direction. Otherwise, it ain't going to work. So we'll do that one first so that we know we're doing it right. Like so. Use the edge of, they're very handy. I got to thank my wife for definitely on this build. These tweezers that I stole from her have they've been the champion of this build. They've been used for a lot of different purposes. Okay, that should work. Let's give it a go. Get in there. Yep. Okay, stay. Okay, good. Let's see. Yeah. I guess the question is, should you guys go get one of these and give it a go, give it a try if you haven't built one before? My answer to that would be yes. If you absolutely hate yourself, go for it. All right, so how much time we got? I think we're pretty well out of time. That's going to finish right here. When we come back, and again, I'll pre-clip these. Again, it happens. You pre-clip. So I'm going to pre-clip these pieces. I'll probably just go ahead and clip all the way down to here. We'll try to hopefully finish out the landing gear next time we get together. But we're actually starting to have something that looks like an airplane. If you look at it from this direction, it definitely looks like an airplane. And then we've got the bottom of the wings we're working on, getting it all ready for landing gears that are going to drop. Yeah, I'm actually pleasantly surprised. Other than having to just put a little glue back there to hold this thing together, I'm very pleasantly surprised with how it's coming along. It's kind of neat. Like, I think once it's done and displayed, it'll be a good looking display, I think. Anyways, thanks for joining me. Hey, hit that like button. Subscribe if you haven't already. If you want to keep up with if you want to keep watching this dribble, go ahead and subscribe. Leave me those comments down below. I do appreciate everything, especially anything instructional. Please let me know how to do these better if you know how. And I thank you for joining me, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.